Hey, how's it going? This is your Daily Sweet Talk for August 18th, 2023. I kind of feel like Frito-Lay has a monopoly on the chip industry. Um, Compared to other industries, anyway. Think about the beverage industry. We got Coca-Cola, Pepsi, soda industry, whatever, sodas. Yes, that's pretty comparable to chips and soda, right? We got Coca Cola and Pepsi. Those are the two big ones. And then, of course, there's um, lesser brands. Well, there's also like other big sodas that aren't owned by Dr. Pepper, aren't owned by Coke and Pepsi, mainly Dr. Pepper. LaCroix, I guess. I would not. What I'm not gonna include in this conversation is stuff like LaCroix, stuff like little uh, cauliflower chips or pea chips or anything like that. Because people who eat those stuff, that's honestly like a separate industry to me. That's not the soda industry. That's not the chip industry. That's like the health food industry, whatever. Not health food, but like people eating that kind of stuff. They're not eating Doritos. They're not drinking Pepsi. Except for maybe rare occasions. I don't know. So that's like a separate industry to me. Um, so Coca Cola and Pepsi, those are the two juggernauts of soda. Um, and they can keep each other in check. In fact, Pepsi or was it Pepsi? Yeah, Pepsi did that recently by they got rid of Sierra Mist and they have Starry because they need a soda to compete with Coca Cola's Sprite. Um, Frito Lay owns pretty much every single big chip brand except for Pringles and arguably Bugles, which is owned by General Mills. And Frito Lay is owned by Pepsi also. So sometimes you'll see a crossover like they had Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew. Because Flamin' Hot's the big um, Frito Lay, one of the flavors that they made the movie based on. That was completely fictionalized, supposedly. I don't know. So other than Pringles, which up until recently was owned by Procter and Gamble, which is insane because it was like the only food product they owned besides dog food, and now I think it's owned by Kellogg's, another chip company. I think it's owned by Kellogg. I could be wrong about that. Uh, so other than Pringles, even if you think of like pork rinds, whatever pork rinds you buy, they're probably also owned by Frito Lay. It's not even like it goes beyond chips with Frito Lay, but obviously we're talking about chips. So that's a monopoly, right? If it's just that's the one big company that I've seen. There's like a lawsuit against Steam that's right now. What's going on right now? Class action lawsuit against Steam, dealing with monopolization. How you say that? Of the gaming online gaming retail industry. Well, retail would be whatever. You know what I'm talking about. And I feel like this is kind of apples and oranges, but I think Frito Lay has a bigger monopoly on the chip industry than Steam has on the buying games on a computer industry. Because at least you have itch that's like you can get some indie games on itch. Epic is a big competitor for Steam right now. Unfortunately, you can buy stuff on Humble, which usually translates to Steam keys, but I don't know why I'm talking about all that because it has nothing to do with chips. But just like to compare that, to say Steam has a monopoly, I don't disagree. That's like if there's a lawsuit going on for that, I don't even disagree with that. But if Steam has a monopoly on that industry, then Frito Lay definitely has a monopoly on the chip industry. There's Utz, there's Wise, and I prefer Utz potato chips to Lay's potato chips, but those are like more niche brands. Those are like lesser brands in a way. They're cheaper brands. They're niche. They're more niche, and they don't own all the big. They're the cheaper alternative basically.